Hi darlings, welcome back to the channel, or welcome if it's your first time being here. Thank you for being here if it is your first time, and buckle up, get ready, because we are diving into a whole lot of stuff. I have my little handy dandy sheet of notes so that I don't get off track for you guys, and hopefully don't stop and say as often as I tend to and have a lot of dead space. So with that, let's kind of dive in. We're going to start with the life updates first, and then we'll get into the updates on reviews, my Pango store, the book queue, the book suggestion form and wish list, as well as my Magnolia Coven arc reading and reviews situation. So yeah, first of all, the new vlog is live, you guys, and I'm so proud of it. It looks so good. Special shout out to this old Talos, who you guys know who you guys know does a lot of the music for my blog. A great majority of the music for my blog, actually, and for my streams and everything like that. So we love him. He's our tech wizard. He does everything. So special shout out to him for not only helping move the hosting to his platform and everything like that, but also being my eyes in the proverbial sky when it comes to all of the editing we're doing. We're still planning on updating the homepage and making it a little bit better, but so that you guys can actually see content on the front page other than just the blog posts. So stay tuned, that is in the works. And yeah, additionally, I have launched my podcast, Hearth, Heart, and Rituals. You can find that here on YouTube, you can find it on Spotify, you can find it on Apple Podcasts, pretty much anywhere you can find podcasts. It is pretty much 9 times out of 10 probably going to be there. I've done the hard work to get it everywhere, you guys. So with that, those are like major simple updates I can talk about. But the other update I want to talk about kind of plays into some stuff that I was talking about Tuesday night on stream, yesterday on stream, well, yesterday / last night on stream, as of posting this video, and it's kind of important, you guys. I have finally been approved to have my uterus evicted from my body. That's the plus side. The reasons for needing to have it removed are due to some abnormal cells down there, and thankfully it's not cancerous. We're very grateful for that, but it does have to be removed, just because I refuse to have to pay for multiple procedures um, before having it removed, and my doctor is using this as our beneficial option to do this. With that, costs are a little bit exorbitant about this. I have not hit my deductible yet this year and will not hit it before the surgery happens. So I will definitely be on the hook for at least 3 grand to pay for this surgery, possibly more because my total out of pocket is $6,000. So yeah, with that, I am currently fundraising for the cost of the surgery because I don't really have that many options as to how to pay for it. Getting it paid for is just, I'm going through all the hoops I can. The plan is to talk to a financial counselor with the hospital where I'm having it done, see if I qualify for any forgiveness period on what it happens. And we have a little Miss Catherine coming to join us, you guys. Come here, baby. Come here. Sorry, you guys. Come here. Come snuggle in Mama's lap. You can talk. You can sit in Mommy's lap while she talks and help her out. So, the plan is to talk to a financial counselor, see what they say that I can probably, if I can get any financial aid situation going on there. The bright side is that the anesthesia group that they work with for the anesthesiologist, they will, instead of making me go through their financial help stuff, they will actually honor what the hospital chooses to do. So if the hospital says, hey, we will cover this 80% and you only owe 20% of the cost, then that's great. If they say that it's only going to cost, it's not going to cost me anything and they're going to cover it 100%, then guess what? The anesthesiologist will match that and I will not owe them any money. So the only thing is that despite the fact that I don't necessarily have extra money to throw at these bills, I highly doubt that I will get financial aid in any way, shape, or form, just because I know how the system works and it never fails that I get screwed the fuck over no matter what when it comes to that stuff. So that's why I bring this up, that I am fundraising for everything. I have the link for my GoFundMe down in the description. We are currently, as of me having filmed this, only 3% of the way to our first goal of $2,000. So yeah, it's a lot. I'm looking at other options, but it's it's rough, you guys. And I know that in this economy, it's even rougher for everyone. And I know that not everyone has as much disposable income as they wish they did. But every little bit helps. And the more of you that donate, the more likely I get to have the surgery, hopefully at the end of May. I'd like to have the month of June before it's like true summer to have the ability to heal. And so, yeah, if if we can do that, you guys, that would be great. And I appreciate if you are able to donate. And if you're not able to donate, please share the GoFundMe with your friends and your communities, because I know the more eyes that get on it, the more likely we are to hit our goals for that. And additionally, I am keeping updates on the GoFundMe as far as like what we find out about costs and everything like that. So as soon as I have all the cost breakdown and everything, I will be posting that on the GoFundMe. So transparency is key here, and that is my goal in everything. So moving on to what y'all are really here for, other updates. So book reviews. I am fully planning on making these a little bit more in depth, taking more notes as I'm reading and stuff like that, and they will potentially discuss spoilers. I will make sure that the spoilers are as I have done in the past in any book that I talk about a spoiler. Perfect example is Blackbird Oracle, where I talked about some spoilers about the Discovery of Witches books. I will make sure that those sections are like carved out and like tell you like, hey, you may not want to, if you don't want any spoilers, you may not want to listen to these sections within the video. So I will be working hard to make sure that there are chapters in any video going forward. Additionally, I'm also going to work on some special book reviews that will be Patreon exclusives, because I have finally finished my Patreon tiers. There's only two, you guys, and I tried to make them as like cost effective as possible for you guys. So the book reviews will be under the Magnolia Coven tier, which is $10 a month. And you can find that link down below to the Patreon in the description of the video. Additionally, on those reviews, this is where kind of the Pango bookshop comes into this discussion. I have opened a Pango bookstore called Magnolias and Crystals Rehomed Reads, in which that any book that I don't think I'll ever reread again, or it's not something I'll be keeping in my collection, I am reselling it online to find its new home and find its new person that it's supposed to be with. Going forward on my reviews, I will be letting you guys know, like, hey, is this staying in my collection? Is this not staying in my collection? So that you know if it's going to be available or not. And it obviously there's always going to be just one of one on my Pango store, so you guys are just going to have to fight it out for some books with that. So but the reason I'm doing that is I'm trying to be intentional with curating my personal library, because I don't have a lot of space. I technically only have 3 bookshelves that I can fill. And when I tell you like I'm being super cutthroat, I'm about to spend some time reading the whole entire Blue Blood saga by Melissa de la Cruz eventually, once I get through my huge TBR that is over here to my right that you guys cannot see. I have like 3 stacks over here with books. I have books over here on my bedside table that I'm currently reading. Like, you guys, I got a lot of books to read. My goal is like 20 something books this year. I got a lot of books to read. So we will be adding more to the Pango as it goes. But all books are appropriately priced for their condition because most of them are in fabulous condition. I baby the crap out of my books. So most of them are going to be in fabulous condition when you get them. And they're very intentionally wrapped and everything when I send those out. I have been when I do my thank you notes, I've also been including this tarot deck that I've been trying to get rid of. And I found that the best way to do this now is just to think about who is getting this book, and I ask the universe, what do they need to know or what do they need in their life at the moment? And I draw a card for you and I send it to you, and I make sure I put the description and everything of what it does or what it means and everything in your little thank you card, and you get that in the mail with your book. So I hope that you'll support me on my Pango account because that money is actually going towards a very secret project that I'm working on. And will be living, that money will be living in my savings account once I transfer it out. I've already done a good $10, 10 book sales. So I'm sitting at about $50 in there, and I'd like to sell more of my books. So if you want to support the channel that way, you can. I'm trying to, I'm not intentionally trying to give you guys multiple avenues to support the channel and support the content creation, but it kind of keeps turning out that I'm doing that. So like there's also additionally my Poshmark closet, but that's in a whole nother video that we'll talk about those things. Because I do want to do a dedicated video on how you can support the channel, where you can support the channel, how you can support me, and all those fun things. But that's not a right now video, so we're just leaving it at that. But moving on, you guys have probably seen it in the description if you have scrolled down far enough, and you have seen that we have a section for like the book suggestion form and the book queue and the book queue wish lists type thing. So, starting with the book suggestion form. The book suggestion form is where you can go in and submit books to me to suggest for me to read. At that point, if you're an author, self-recs are totally welcome. You do not have to ask. Self-recs are welcomed. I will choose if I continue to leave it on there. There may be something that like obviously like may not be up my alley that I would read, but I would like to try to read anything and everything. Because I am trying to expand my reading palette, if you will. So I won't say no to anything at this point. But again, that link is down in the description. All the links are down in the description, just to be clear. The next up is the book queue. This is your way of knowing where the book sits in the book queue, as well as a few other things. But the main point of it is to tell you like what books I'm like reading next or where they are on the list, and all of that stuff. If, and this leads into the next piece that I want to talk about. If you recommend a book and you really want to kick it up the queue list, I stole this from my friend Cade. He knows this. I told him that I'm stealing this idea, and he was like, "Go for it! I love it." Um, so I stole this idea from him. I've made wish lists for you guys. I have an Amazon wish list and a bookstore.org wish list. So the reason for two wish lists is because some books are exclusively on Kindle. I cannot control that. That is up to the authors and the best way for them to publish their books. We listen and we do not judge when it comes to those things, you guys. Authors need to make their bank just as much as any other person in this capitalist hellscape. So we don't judge. We listen and we don't judge. So you have two wish lists. That is another thing that the book queue will tell you is which wish list that the book is on, whether I own it and if I own it or not. So if it says, yes, I own it, then it's already here in my collection. You don't have to worry about it. It will eventually get moved up the queue. But the way that you can move your self recs and stuff up the the TBR list is to purchase the book, and if you're the author, you are welcomed to send me your book for free. But I want to be very, very clear. I do not expect it. I do not expect you to send me your books. I am very grateful that of all people, I have had Eric Malachite, who I've loved every single thing I've read by him so far. He sent me all of his current books digitally and then sent me down a whole entire Cthulhu rabbit hole. This is all Eric's fault, you guys. This is Eric's fault for the Cthulhu rabbit hole. Not Lovecraft Country, even though I did love that show. But it is primarily Eric's fault at this point that I am now reading H.P. Lovecraft stuff. But Eric has sent me his books. I have had another author on Threads send me her book with some little bookish goodies. I've posted it on my Instagram. Belladonna, love her stuff so far, the little bookish goodies she gave me. Her book is loaded on my Kindle, ready for me to read, but I got to finish Eric's first. So, again, the book queue tells you where the book is in the queue list. It'll tell you who it was wrecked by and who the author is, title of the book, all those things. But it will also tell you, again, which wish list it is on. Now, there are some cases where I have chosen to list the physical copy on the bookshop.org wish list, and then I have put the digital copy on the Amazon wish list. This is because bookshop.org does not allow me to make an ebook wish list that is public for you guys. We work with what we've got. Now, here's the benefit of bookshop.org. We are using this because I can actually set a local bookshop that your purchases will go towards if you purchase off the wish list. So each quarter of the year, within the year, is going to change to a different local bookshop. So there's 3 months of the year where they are going to get that support from that month or from that quarter. So because I started this kind of at the end of last year unofficially, and now I'm officially kind of launching it, we have been supporting Novelette, which is one of our local bookshops, and it's LGBTQIA owned. We love them. They're so sweet. I have ordered books through them. So we've been supporting them through the last quarter of 2025 and this first quarter of 2026. Starting on the 1st of April, we will be supporting the lovely new physical version of the bookshop, Slow Burn. Slow Burn started out as a traveling truck, trailer bookshop. They still do those things for events and stuff like that, but they now have a physical location over in East Nashville, which is wonderful. So from the 1st of April until the 30th of 30th of July, please hold a moment. I need to double check myself on that one. January, February, March, April, May, June. Yes, 30th of June. We will be supporting Slow Burn with all of that, you guys. So that will be switching over. And so any book purchased off of the bookshop.org wish list will be giving support to the lovely people at Slow Burn. I absolutely love that this is an option, and it has made my heart so happy. Please also remember that if you shop with Amazon, you should be able to go through the Amazon Smile program and pick a charity that you want to donate to. With that, potentially with book purchases, please do not quote me on that, you guys. I don't know if they will let you do that with Kindle and book purchases. If they will, please do it. If they won't, we'll figure out another way to do this, okay, you guys? But I did want to make it as price helpful as I could. So that's why I said some books will be listed both on Amazon and on bookshop.org, because maybe the digital copy I can get on Amazon cheaper versus the physical copy on bookshop.org. But either way, this is just making it easier for all of us because I want us to be able to support as many good things as possible. While we hate Bezos and Amazon can go suck it, we have to understand that there's no choice but to publish their books on Kindle. And we have to understand that and listen and not judge. So with that, all of the links are down in the description for this. Just another healthy reminder of that. Last but not least is my Magnolia Coven ARC reading and reviews. This is a page that lives on the blog and has a submission form, which is currently open This is for my indie authors. I want to be very, very clear. This is for my indie authors, and I will jokingly start off with my pitch. Are you an indie author looking for ARC reviewers? Hi, I'm Trula, and I am willing to review your book. I have a dedicated page on the blog that is under the extras tab that goes through and will tell you about the submission form. It will tell you about my boundaries regarding how I do ARC reviews and kind of like the whole like, please don't reach out multiple times, you guys. Like, I have like dedicated rules there for all of this just because I read at my own pace. And again, if you guys could see these stacks over here to my right, the amount of books, you guys. I have 3 stacks. One is just straight up hardbacks. 2 are completely paperbacks, you guys. And I'm behind on reviews right now, so we're not even going to get into that. So that is your option to go and check that out if you are an indie book author and you are looking for ARC reviewers. I am keeping it to only 6 books within a year because I don't want to overwhelm myself. I don't even know if I can do 6, but that felt healthy because what I can do is say that, okay, these 6 are part of my reading goal and I can choose to ignore some of my TBR list. That's fine. Please note, however, unlike some influencers and some bookish influencers apparently that are existing out in this universe, I am not charging for this. There is no money changing hands for this. I don't care if you send me a physical copy, a PDF, it doesn't matter what version of this book of your book that you are sending me. If you send me a physical copy, I'm going to probably cry my eyes out because I love physical copies. But I am also a person who's like accessibility issues. If there's someone that like physically has to have a copy because they cannot afford an e-reader or anything like that, I will take an e-reader copy any day of the week, guys. I'll take a PDF. It does not matter to me. I just want to help my indie authors out. I also want to expand my reading horizons. So this is a dual benefit for everyone. I get to read something new that's potentially not in my wheelhouse, which I will, also let you guys know like what is in my wheelhouse on that page. That is something that I need to like kind of finalize for myself, but I read pretty much, I'll give anything a shot once. I had never read cosmic horror until I read Eric's books and ended up falling in love with them. So there you go. But there is no charge for this. I will never charge for anything like this. The way that I fund all of this is through my own personal expenses, essentially. My friend Lisa is fully planning on helping me figure out how to do my taxes, and her role is I want you to keep any receipt that is related to business expenses. And the best part about it is because I do book reviews, my books can potentially be considered a tax write-off. So I have to start keeping all my receipts going forward. But I digress. The point of this is that any way that you choose to support the blog, whether it's purchasing a book off the wish list, it is purchasing a book through my Pango store, purchasing something off of my Poshmark closet, or supporting me on the Patreon by either joining the podcast level at $5 a month, which is also called Hearth, Heart, and Rituals, just like the freaking podcast, or you decide to join the Magnolia Coven, which gets you behind the scenes access to YouTube. It gets you behind the scenes access to the podcast. It gets you everything, you guys. I might eventually like give a better elite tier that's a little bit more. But right now we're good at these two because this is enough for me to like try and balance at any given time. But with that, there are so many ways that you can support the channel. And again, we will do a deep dive on everything to kind of like give you guys like how these things, how I'm utilizing these things when it comes to putting money towards the channel, and how it helps me be able to give you guys content constantly. So with that, that's it. That's it. That is my whole info sheet, you guys. I did really good, I think. So with that, I love you all. I hope you have an amazing day. or night, depending on where you are in the world. And Miss Catherine and I are going to say goodbye and let you guys go because we also need to sleep, because technically I think it's like 11:30. I could be wrong. Actually, it's almost midnight when we're filming this. So, someone is very grumpy and ready to go to bed, and I personally also need sleep because I still have to work tomorrow. So, until our next cup of tea.